Yay! This time you guys get to hear from me about theorems of chords. Alright, so here are our theorems. In a circle, or in congruent circles, two minor arcs are congruent if and only if their corresponding chords are congruent. This is one that we have had before, and let's look at it for a minute here. If arc EF is 120 degrees, and arc AB is 2x plus 4, you can use this theorem to find x. So let's look at it here. We have EF is 120, and AB is 2x plus 4. Remember, our theorem says if two congruent if the minor arcs are congruent, if and only if their corresponding chords are congruent. Remember, we've got that if and only if, meaning biconditional, goes either way. So since those chords are congruent, that means the arcs are congruent. You can create that equation, 2x plus 4 equals 120. And continue on solving that using our awesome algebra skills. We end up with 2x equals 116. Sorry, my 2 is a little iffy there. Or x equals 58, I believe, if I did my math correctly. All right. Your turn to try it. Go ahead and work on this problem here. All right, hopefully you've had a chance to work on this problem. We have x plus 95 equals 2x plus 48. We know those are congruent because the chords are congruent. Those chords are congruent means these arcs are congruent. We subtract x from both sides. 95 equals x plus 48. We subtract 48 from both sides. We end up with x equaling, let's see if we can do this one off the top of my head, 47. X equals 47. All right. We have our second example here. Go ahead and try this one. All right, let's look at this one. Since we do have congruent chords, that means the arcs are congruent. So 2x plus 48 is 140. I subtract 48 from both sides. We end up with 2x equals 92. And x equals 46. All right. So here is our next theorem. In a circle, if a diameter is perpendicular to the chord, remember perpendicular means 90-degree angle, so we've got our 90-degree angle here. If that diameter is perpendicular to the chord, then it bisects that chord and its arc. Hint, this diagram creates those right triangles if we were to add in OA and OB. Notice I would have some wonderful right triangles. All right. The other theorem, the converse of it, if a chord is a perpendicular bisector of another chord, then the first chord is the diameter. So since FB is the perpendicular bisector, notice bisecting, because we've got equal sections, perpendicular, because we've got the right angle marked. Therefore, FB must be the diameter. All right, look at this problem here. I'll give you a minute to look at it and see if you can come up with the diameter of the circle. All right, so we had to find the length of the diameter of the circle. If chord AB is bisected by line P, and P has a measure of 5 inches, notice we said that P is perpendicular. Notice our right angle mark here. It's also bisecting line AB. So therefore, P must be our radius, which is 5. If we were to extend it the whole way across for our diameter would be 10. All right, our last theorem here. In a circle or congruent circles, two chords are congruent if and only if. Remember, that's a biconditional, so it means the converse is also true. If and only if they are equidistant from the center. So again, the circle or congruent circles, two chords are congruent if they are equidistant from the center. Chords are congruent if they are equidistant from the center. They are also congruent if the arcs are the same size. So check out this problem here for a minute. Alright, and continuing on with this one, we are finding KH, DJ, DG, and BC. You can mark some of these down here. GJ, so this whole part here is 50. My pen won't write. Alright, FK is 40. There we go, now it's writing. Alright, AC is 40. We need to find KH, DG, and BC. Alright, and on this one as well, I'm going to add to the top here because I forgot to add it to the problem, but we're going to assume that FH is being bisected my writing bisected by JG and AB is being bisected. Let me rewrite this. There we go. Let's write it this way. G D is bisecting Come on. Bisecting AB. All right. So using these again two pieces of information that they are being bisected, see if you can find KH, DG, and BC. All right, hopefully you've had a chance to find those. Again, if FH is being bisected by GJ and FK is 40, then that means KH is 40. All right, AB is being bisected by GD. So we found KH here. KH is 40. We said AB is being bisected, so that means CB is also 40. That was the other thing we wanted. And notice FK is 40, KH is 40. That means FH, the whole chord there, equals 80. We have chord AB. Notice AC is 40, CB is 40, so AB is 80. And according to our theorem, if the chords are congruent, it means they are equidistant away from the center of the circle, which would be point G here. So if JG is 50, then GD must be 50 as well. Using that last theorem we had. All right, see you guys in class on Monday.